G'day guys, how are we going today? Welcome to another episode of our Dark Cave Miners live stream. Once again, I'm joined here with Rob from GetBlock and also have a couple of special guests, Jose and Cotilia from the Comet team. Welcome guys.
Hey everyone, how you doing today?
Hi sir.
Yeah, not too bad at all for a nice, beautiful, sunny, warm day here in Australia. It's actually sunny, but I'm freezing down here in my little sort of office area.
Yeah, the same here. I'm on the East Coast. We've been, in the 80s, 90s. It's been really warm, and then it just, past few days it got real cold. So we're back to, putting on our long sleeve shirts and our light jackets and such.
Oh, it's lucky you're miners.
Yeah, exactly.
So how's things? Nice to be back again.
Yeah, things are doing well. We're getting really close to launching SubPooling, and we have a few new projects that are kind of coming on board, and we'll be launching SubPooling shortly. And really wanted to kind of highlight some of the different projects and the different teams that we're working with. So, we brought the Comet guys on board here, and we hope to have a great interview here. We're gonna have a lot of fun, right? So, we're excited to have them on board and excited to work with them on SubPooling.
Yeah, exactly. Or just for everyone, do you want to run through again what subpooling is from GetBlock?
Yeah, absolutely. So subpooling, as we may have mentioned in the past, is basically it's a pool within a pool. So we have the GetBlock mining pool, and through integration of smart contracts, we're basically able to create subpools underneath our pool, right? So the hosting, the infrastructure is basically still there. However, we're able to kind of dissect that out into multiple pools, as many as we want, right? So with that, we can do lots of unique things like distribute tokens in conjunction with Erg, distribute NFTs, change payouts to be more flexible. So there's just a lot of benefits to it, and we're excited to kind of get it out there and starting to kind of show what it's really about.
Yeah, most definitely. And just a nice little segue into these guys below us. We've got Jose and Cotilia. They're the masterminds behind Comet. I just have to point out, I love the look of you, Cotilia. Look at that nice fluffy mane you've got going on there.
Yeah. I love the glasses.
Very
slick. So guys, do you want to just give us a quick rundown about yourselves and how you got involved with the Comet?
I don't know about Coutelier, but I joined Ergo around a year ago, and with some friends from the trading chat, we decided to create a meme token because we were really pissed of Shiba and Doge doing really well and Ergo struggling. So we decided to make a meme token and do all the dirty tactics of hiring YouTubers, doing AMAs, and all that kind of stuff. But pretty much that's it. We decided to create something and have fun with it.
Yeah, so how did you come up with the logo of a Chow Chow?
Yeah. A friend of mine is very fond of Chow Chows, and he decided to go that way. Yeah.
He owns one. Yeah, I joined Ergo when it was, I think, euros, dollars, November, I think. No, in August. In August, I think. And I don't know how I joined Comet, to be honest. I made the first website, and they recruited me for a community manager or media manager. But now I'm a member of the team.
So Rob, you mentioned around being able to distribute tokens through the subpools. So how many, in conjunction with Erg as a mining reward, how many Comet tokens are you expecting to hand out, Jose and Cotilia? Or Rob as well?
We are planning to use 4.5 billion Comets for miners. And we plan to use the same distribution as Ergo, including the EIP 27. So there will be some fun stuff in between.
Yeah, we're fine tuning the calculations, but basically, since it's a little bit of a unique emissions, we're basically going to, lay it out. I think they want to run it over the course of the next 30 years, right, guys? So we'll distribute that based off of a 30-year run, and then basically carve that out based on estimated how many blocks we would find, or it would be found generally within that time period, right? So, it will. And here's the thing with subpooling, it's all based on, how many blocks are found on our specific pool, right? Or on their specific pool, we should say, right? Because so this will end up being a Comet subpool, right? And miners will join that subpool and they'll start mining. And as they're mining, they'll receive their ERG and then they'll also receive some of the Comet tokens as well. So they'll receive those Comet tokens in addition. Again, it's something that's a little bit, kind of a moving target, right? Because we do have that 30-year threshold that we need to carve out. But as miners join their pool and their hash rate increases, they'll find blocks, and as those blocks are found, that's what will trigger the distribution to the miners. So the miners that would like to earn Comet will have to be on the Comet specific subpool.
Yeah, so just on that, anyone can create their own subpool moving forward from now on?
Well, what we're doing first is we're launching about 3 or 4 what we're calling, get block official subpools. We're working directly with those teams. We're kind of customizing the UI, the kind of overview, helping with the emissions, things of that nature. And we're using that more or less as a beta, right? Just to kind of test it, get it out there, let people, start using it and kind of, see how it works, see how it functions, make sure that there's no bugs. And, then we'll build out from there. So our next phase, after the get block custom subpools would be what we're calling user-based subpools. And once that's launched, it will be, a really easy access to our UI. They'll go through, they'll select a few options, what token they want to distribute, what are the payouts. There's all sorts of things like how many miners are on the pool, the pool fee, things of that nature, things that you would generally see in a mining pool. That will all be flexible and adjustable to the individual that wants to launch the subpool.
Yeah, I think this can't be sort of underestimated, the value add for Ergo miners, being able to mine additional assets, but like as you said, Comet tokens, but then also NFTs, distribute multiple things in that nature. Who knows where the price of these things can go? So you can mine ERG and then sort of spec mine depending on what subpool you want to jump into. It's a huge value add, but then also the value in regards for the projects themselves, they can have a fair distribution if they want to from the get-go.
No, that's exactly
that's really
right.
cool. So sorry, but I found that very, very interesting. It's like adding liquidity to a token. I mean, the thing you are describing, it would be so easy to just make a pool.
Yeah, it really is something incredible because, I mean, if you think about it, anyone can now create a token, distribute a token, and make a mineable token with a few clicks of a button. So, I mean, it really is something novel. I mean, we're I can't put words to how excited we are to launch it. I mean, we've been working on this. This is how we all started, right? I mean, this is how, my team kind of came together. We formed this dark cave miners group and we were all up all night long trying to, figure out how to use the command line version of it, right? So, to see it kind of build into a mining pool and then, into a smart pool and, therefore launching subpooling, it's just, again, it's just something that's so incredible that we can't put words to it. And I think, like you said, CW, it's extremely undervalued at this point. I think as people start using the framework, they'll identify, the uniqueness and the value that it will bring.
Also, it's good for tokens to have a fairer a more fair distribution, but also for miners, it will bring more value per hash. It will not be only Ergo, it may be another token or an NFT that will help them to pay their bills.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it provides, that additional, asset. And like we said, I mean, who knows where that token will go? It could be speculative. It could have value now, right? So maybe, there's a token that's out there now and it has some value to it. And the subpool operator does something creative where they do some form of an exchange and you get, a certain percentage higher than you normally would, right? So again, there's a lot coming that we're kind of putting together here, but I mean, it really could be anything at the end of the day, and I'd love to see some of the Ergo NFTs that are kind of developing in the space. Take a look at subpooling because it could be a way to distribute NFTs where it's a fair distribution. It would be more or less kind of like a raffle or a lotto, right? Where who knows who's going to get the NFT, right? So, I mean, it could be fun, right? I mean, it could create, some kind of, I guess, challenges, right? whoever gets the specific NFT gets a certain reward or unlocks another NFT. I mean, you can do a lot with it, right? And that's the fun about blockchain. And, we can kind of evolve it into multiple different things, right? And I think, this core and this foundation that we have here, it's going to bring a lot to the ecosystem, and I can't wait to see it launch and see users hopping on and seeing what it's all about and taking it for a ride, because I think they'll see the value versus some of the other coins that are out there that are being mined currently.
Yeah, I said this last week as well, just in regards to making mining fun again. So you can have all these little sort of quirky attributes and token distribution, and people can get on board and mine with their friends, create subpools and have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing that we'll be launching in conjunction with the subpools will be a solo mining subpool. So, many mining pools currently, the way they would launch a solo pool would be they would create another port, right? It's another instance of the mining pool that miners can connect to and mine by themselves. Well, we're doing it a little bit differently where we're, as we have subpools and we're creating these pools, below the pools with smart contracts. Well, why not create a solo pool, right? So, this will give our miners an opportunity, some of the larger miners that, want to take advantage of solo mining to just hop on there and go solo mining and, go for it. And, good luck to them. Hope they find some blocks.
Sorry, Cotelia. I spoke over you then. What were you going to say?
I was talking today with a guy that joined Ergo recently. He was planning to do an NFT drop in Solana, but somehow he found out about Ergo. And he was very astonished, if that's the right word, about Ergo and the tokens and the utilities. I mean, the thing you do right now, it's very important to the ecosystem. You can mine every token in Ergo. It's really huge for everything.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think, in theory, this is the first, or in practice, this is the first implementation of smart pools. Is that correct? I remember reading about ETH trying to do this a number of years ago now, probably 4 or 5 years ago, but just the MEV and everything like that, it just made it or the gas as well, made it pretty impractical. So what benefits does Ergo itself bring to the table to make these possible?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's mainly the gas fees, right? I mean, from everything I understand, we're reading all the white papers of the ETH smart pools that have kind of been theoretically developed. It was like you just said, the MEV and the gas, right? So I mean, that unfortunately, as Ethereum grew, the transaction fees increased significantly, and it's just, think about a pool, right? You have a bunch of miners on the pool. They're all connected to the pool. They're all mining. The pool finds a block, get a block reward. That payout goes to Right now we have 200 miners, right? So that payment gets distributed to 200 miners. That's 200 transactions right there. We're also using smart contracts, so there's some interactions between our wallet, the smart contract, the mining pool to the miners, right? So there's additional transaction fees involved there as well. So you can imagine having a mining pool where you have to pay all those fees to mine. It's not feasible, right? So when you look at Erg with the very low transaction fees currently, that's what makes it feasible for us, right? So it's a very small fee. I think it's what 0.001 at this point right now. And we actually share the fees, so we're taking a portion of that out of our fee structure. So whatever those fees are currently, we're sharing them with the miners. So we're all in it, together. And again, they're so small that it's negligible compared to what you can see, on the Ethereum side.
Yeah, and what you're up for before you even sort of get into it as well. Everything being computed prior to submitting the transaction. So without the unknown sort of surprise, I guess you could say, of gas throwing into the mix, that's the one thing that we don't really have to worry about, which is great. At least
For
now,
now, right? And that's the thing, right? So miners, changing that, that would be an EIP, I would assume, at some point in time. Maybe that will come to fruition. But, the miners at the end of the day, they have the decision there, right? So we would go through, I would assume, a similar EIP process that we're going through now, unless it turned into a hard fork, which I know, we don't want to see that, right? So
yeah, it's just a matter of changing the parameters for the fees and things like that. But then also, like you said, you can change all those other things as well.
Exactly. So, and that's, we found that very beneficial. And, I think that's why we'll continue to build on Ergo, right? Because it's one thing to have a dApp and, to be able to, create something great, but to not be able to use it, it's, at the end of the day, what's the point? And I've seen that a lot in Ethereum, unfortunately, right? There's been some really great development, but it's hard to go mainstream when people have to pay hundreds of dollars in gas fees for transactions, right? I mean, just even for mining Ethereum to take it out, you have to pay these gas fees, and it's just, you got to take it all into consideration at some point.
Yeah, mine directly to an exchange or something like that, so you don't have to transfer from a personal wallet and then pay your gas. And yeah, it's a fun one.
It is. It is for sure.
So jumping into Comet, I remember you guys have had some fun in the past in regards to some sort of competitions and airdrops and things. Do you guys want to explain a little about that?
Cautelier, do you want to take this part?
Oh, the airdrop part?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to broke Ergo, not broke it, to test it, to see how far it can go. And we did the first 10K drop. It went pretty well. But then the Miai Goran token did the 15K drop.
Yeah, so just for people who don't know about that, it was one transaction that was 10,000 outputs.
Yeah, that's insane. We didn't make it to 2K, 20K, sorry. We tried multiple times, but I think they will put something that prevents that thing, so we can broke Ergo. We tried.
Yeah, well, with that Migorang noodle drop, it threw the exchanges into a bit of chaos for a little while there. So just while we had to fix all that up, then you guys were proposing, I think it was 20,000 or plus drop in one transaction. Was that something?
We had that planned before the Migorang fiasco, but sadly, the bots don't know how to create Ergo wallets. So we said we will make a drop once we reach 20K followers in Twitter, and we have 20K addresses to send the Comet to. But we have a lot of ETH addresses, Solana addresses, no Ergo addresses. So I think we are at 25K, but we are still missing addresses. So once we get there, we will do the drop.
I tried. I put 20K addresses, but it didn't go through. It didn't even get inside the memo pool.
Yeah.
It prevents you.
They told us to do 21K drops. It is better than 120K.
Yeah.
It's much more manageable, but then you're also rewarding the miners with some more fees.
Yeah.
How to do we that. Didn't really want to broker. We just want to make a fun meme. It's all about memes.
Yeah, we're not dotting the protocol.
Yeah. Before proof of work, before GetBlock, we have like 3 or 4 months of proof of meme on the Telegram channel. You sent a meme on Comet, and we tipped you a decent amount of Comet for doing memes.
Don't say the amount now.
Yeah, we have like, I don't know, at least 700 memes on Telegram. A lot.
Yeah, I definitely took part in that as well. That was fun.
There's some really good ones floating around.
Yeah.
A future plan will be to make a meme site so people can upload memes there. I had this idea a month ago, but I don't have the time or the knowledge yet. So you will go in the website, put there a meme, and people tip you. Maybe we tip the best meme once a week or something like that. But we need more devs. I learned how to code with Comet.
Yeah, Coutelier started as we started with the proof of meme thing, and we said we need a web page. And Coutelier said, "Hey, I can do the web page. I can do it. Don't worry." He did it, pretty decent, but after a while,
I like it.
Coutelier, we need to change this stuff. I don't know how to do it. Give me a week. I need to learn how to do this, and then I will do it.
Continue. Sorry.
It's been a learning experience for all of us. Comet has been teaching us a lot. We mistakenly read a Medium article of ErgoDex, and they talk about refundable ICO. So we think, oh, this is great for us. We should do refundable ICO. People will love it. ErgoDex will take care of it. We don't have to do anything. Sadly, it was just theory. ErgoDex eventually. So we had to take care of it, and we had to hire a dev to do the refundable ICO. Pretty cool, but also pretty bad.
I think we see that a lot in the Ergo ecosystem, right? And I don't know if it was UCW or maybe Armenio, but a lot of us are tinkerers, right? And we all go out there, we start somewhere within the ecosystem, whether it's just mining or playing with NFTs or just using some of the dApps that are out there, right? And then we have an idea, right? And we want to build on that. And like you said, you may not know how to do it, but you go out there, there's a lot of information out there. There's a great community that we can kind of all come together and help each other out. And before you know it, you have a mining pool and you have a meme token and you have there's so many different examples out there where the community really came together and started launching these projects, and it's just been really amazing.
That's the great thing about the Ergo community as well. They're really encouraging in regards to following your ambition and your ideas. The devs are more than happy to sort of guide you through, and like you said, there's a lot of documentation out there in regards to Ergo script by example and things. So by all means jump in and have an idea. You could even submit it to Ergo Hack itself and potentially win some rewards.
The good thing is that it's everything open source, so you can actually go see and learn. You can read the code and learn a lot of things from it. We solved some problems with that. Our website is basically ErgoPath, but we are planning to do a new one at some point. Because it was open source, we need a DApp connector. We didn't know how to do it. Now I think Nightall is helping with that. They made the library. So we went there, took the DApp connector, and created the website. And then we went to Action House, checked the transactions, how to build the transactions. We copied that as well and make the refundable ISO transaction. So Comet is a copy-paste token.
It's proof of work, proof of copied work.
It really works. It really works.
Proof of other people's work.
Happy.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of open source, like you said. That's what it's out there for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the thing is that you actually learn. This is the thing. You do it once, and then you start to understand things about Ergo, about transactions, and then you can do your stuff. You have so many articles and documents everywhere. It's great. It's really great.
Yeah, and you can ask, and people will be more than happy to help you. Like asking on Discord or in Telegram. Some people like, Summate or Anons, they help you like, here is information, here you can search more. It's really, if you ask, people will help you. You have to do a little bit of work, but it's a really welcoming community.
Yeah, I mean, even for us, at GetBlock, I mean, we've had, Kushti himself, review our contracts, right? He'd audit them for us, which is a great thing, right? I mean, you don't really see the core dev of a blockchain a lot getting that, that involved with his community. And it's just, it's something that, we latched on to, right? And it was something that we saw, and we saw, his direct involvement and his passion for it. And it's, I think it goes a long way, and the community sees that and stands behind it.
Yeah, just on that as well, like you said, a lot of the core guys are actually willing to do the review of code and things, but then also you have foundation members such as Arminio Glasgow really active in the community. So what other community do you have that? Do you see Vitalik running around and auditing people's code and things? Obviously, it's a bit bigger ecosystem, but it just stems on that grassroots community ethos of Ergo. I love it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
The thing is that they actually teach us that you can help. Even if you are the founder or a community member, you can help. It's a really great community, Ergo. You can find that somewhere else, I think.
Yeah, I've mentioned this a couple of times. I'm a trader. Initially, I was a trader myself. So always had that ethos, never marry your coins. It's just an investment. So stumbled across Ergo. I could see the massive upside, but then also with that, the gravitational force of Ergo itself, it just grabs you and pulls you in, and there's no escaping. And then now look, working for Ergo itself. So it's a really amazing sort of journey. Who would have believed? It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I the way I started, and I may have mentioned this in the past, but I was big into like light devices and IoT stuff, things of that nature, and building the small devices, running nodes, things like that. I literally caught on to Ergo through the node, right? And just learning more about nodes and seeing all the different nodes in the blockchain, and then slowly kind of gravitated over to mining, right? So I started mining on my laptop, with a 3060, laptop. Did that for a couple months, and then I said, all right, I'm going to take the plunge. Just like many do, started buying graphics cards, and then it becomes addictive, and you just, you by the time you're done, you have 2, 3 rigs, and you're, building your own mining pool, and and all this stuff, and it just you get sucked in, and there's no escape.
Yeah.
Next thing you go, you've got hosted mining services, you've got an industrial warehouse
Yeah.
for hosting, you've got a mining pool
Yeah.
itself.
I'm thinking of buying.
Never
I'm
end.
thinking of buying a Chocho. One of the founder members, he put a bet. He told me that with his wife, that Comet sometime it will worth something, and here we are. We worth more than zero. So he won the bet.
All right, Rob, we've got a question here from Andy. So has any projects approached you about launching their token via GetBlock SubPool? So obviously we've got Comet here. Is there anyone else we can touch on?
So there's obviously Comet. We are actually working with the Neta BTC team right now, so that will be another SubPool that we'll be launching, and we'll have more information on that. And we have a secret SubPool that we're working on that we hope to announce in the next couple of days, but it will be a pretty big one. We're excited for it. It won't be unique to tokens or anything like that, but we're looking to collaborate with a pretty big person in the mining industry. So it's something really exciting that we're looking to launch here in the next few days. So more to come on that one.
Yeah, so obviously that ties into the good old Ergo saying, soon.
Yeah, exactly.
So just on that one as well, in regards to Comet distribution, when is that one going to kick off? Also soon?
So soon. Well, look, we're targeting the end of this week. So, hopefully in the next few days, we should have everything ready to launch. As far as I'm concerned, the SubPool is pretty much done. I think the developer, Karat, will be, officially completed with it tomorrow. And then we have some UI work to, kind of integrate all the back-end stuff into the UI. But in the next couple of days, we may have to, work on our back end a little bit, but so it may take an extra day or two. So that's where the soon comes into play. But we're hoping in the next few days we should have something ready to launch.
It's exciting, isn't it? All this stuff that's been worked on for such a long time, it's all coming to fruition, and we can see the benefits of it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's literally been just going on a year, and well, a little less than a year, but we've kind of started this whole journey, my team and I, just about a year ago. So, it's, again, a long time coming, and we're really happy to see it come to life, because I think it's something that is so different than what's out there. I mean, you look at mining pools, and look, I'm not trying to bash anyone. I mean, there's a lot of mining pools out there that have done some great things, right? I mean, you look at 2Miners with their conversion, where you can just mine one coin and swap it for another directly on their pool. Again, bridges are required for that, so it's mainly BTC to Ethereum and things like that, where they have these direct bridges. But I think that the fact that we've kind of really embraced the specific coin, right, or the specific cryptocurrency, and really focused and built on that, versus just going out there and adding 20 coins to our mining pool and just look to make a fee. That's not what we're about. We're about growing, and about building on what we've created, and seeing this thing scale to something that could be even a potential layer 2 solution at some point in time, right? So more to come on that, but it's something that we've kind of put all of our heart and passion into, and it's been our baby, and now we're ready to kind of send it off into the world and let it fly. So excited to see that happen.
Yeah, the great thing I think about it all is obviously coming from a miner's perspective, the value that we were touching on earlier, the value add for miners is huge. You see other sort of ecosystems where they encourage people to come and mine, but then also in regards to, say, ETH, the biggest one, they're just about to flip their their miners the big one and switch over to proof of stake. So we're on our side, we're doing everything in our power, I think, to encourage miners and add value and get involved in the ecosystem themselves. And this is just another means to do so.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, I think what's going on with Ethereum and proof of stake and everything that's going on there. It's going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out, right? Because I think there's this hot cold or this mixed messaging that's out there right now. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen. So
Soon.
I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. It could be just a big game they're playing at the end of the day, right? I mean, who knows? No, but seriously, I think well, as far as I know, what's expected to happen in June is they're going to be doing some test network. They said that they're targeting August, but then I saw notes that it could be September, October, November. Like there's no set, date. And we all know, I mean, kind of, being in this space, you expect things to happen at a certain time, but then there's real life, right? You do something on testnet, it could look great, it could look perfect. You bring it to mainnet, you have challenges, right? And you may need to retract or adjust. So I mean, it's just things happen, right? And it's I think this is a world where it's uncharted territory, and you have an expectation, but who knows, right? Who knows what's going to come out of it? So me personally, I'll be surprised if it happens before the year end. That's my bet right now. I think we're going to see something in 2023.
Yeah, and in fairness to those guys as well, it is such a massive change to their, or it's changing their consensus mechanism, isn't it? They just have to have all their I's dotted and their T's crossed. So, yeah, definitely don't want to ship something that's going to be detrimental to the protocol itself.
No, absolutely not. I mean, and there's a lot of money involved, right? I mean, there's a lot invested in Ethereum outside of, crypto mining and things like that. So, I mean, there's big money involved, and one little mistake can cost a lot of money, a lot of market capitalization. So it's something that you need to take seriously. You need to do your due diligence and do it right.
Yeah. So we've just got a follow-up question here from Andy as well. Does token distribution via subpools work for projects whose goal it is to raise funding to help them with development costs? So something in regards to possible treasury sort of mining. Is that something possible with subpools?
Yeah, that is something that we've kind of discussed as, just a use case, but, sky's the limit, really. I mean, if there's a thought or a process that you can think of that you want to initiate on subpools, and I mean, and it's not, a current option or selection, then reach out to us. I mean, we're, more than happy to talk to different teams and kind of, see if there's a potential collaboration there, if we could support it, right? I mean, that's something that we would definitely look into.
Right now, you set a fee for the subpooling, right?
That's correct.
There
so
you can get the funding. So let's say 1 million 1 million Comet for 10 ERG, and you get funding for your token.
Or even this, I mean, 100%,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so say, again, it's flexible. So say you want to distribute 0 ERG and all of your token, you obtain that ERG and distribute your token, there's your funding as well. So there's different ways to do it. You can do it like that. You could do it through fees. You can get really unique and do some interesting things on Ergo. I mean, so that, there's a lot of cool things that we can do. But yeah, that is kind of the ultimate goal is, how can we, bring value not only to Ergo and the ecosystem and GetBlock, but, is there, can we bring value to a specific project or a team who's looking for a way to, not only distribute their token, but, get support as well. So, that's something that we would definitely look into from a collaboration standpoint.
So just in regards to the token distribution itself, can you have an allocation or a fee, as you just mentioned, distributed by block height? So say for the next 1,000 blocks, the fee will be this, and then moving forward, it can be 50% of that sort of, and then just have an emission trailing schedule. Is that something possible?
So it would so it would need to be modified within the smart contract. right now we're going to kind of just create for, at least for the user-based subpools, there'll be bumper guards, right? So we'll have a set of what we're calling pool flags, and that's where the pool operator will be able to kind of pick and choose what their options are. If there's something that's more elaborate than that that's needed, we would definitely ask that the team or the project reaches out to us, and we can have a deeper discussion about what levers we can pull on the back end to make something a little bit more custom to that specific project.
So just on fees, guys, how's Comet's fee structure set up for the SubPool?
Sorry?
Just in regards to the Comet SubPool, how's the fee structure set up for that one?
I think we set it at 2% or something, like really low to I don't know to what.
To encourage people to
don't do
mine?
it for free, yeah.
Yeah, we also thought that we can use that fees to fund some projects or donate to Ergo Foundation or whatever. I think something like that. I don't really know yet.
Yeah, and just to clarify, so the pool will always have its standard fee of 1%. We may charge a little bit of an extra fee just for the hosting portion of things, but it would be very minimal. And then the pool themselves, the subpool operator, they can create their own fees, right? So I mean, if they're giving away an additional asset, then you would expect, to have a small fee, right? When whatever that may be, because you are gaining additional value, right? So you're not out having to buy, more mining equipment, right? But, if you pay a little more of a fee, you can in turn, earn additional assets, NFTs, things of that nature. So, we'll obviously have our fees because we'll need to cover, the hosting side of it. I mean, you think of a pool, right? And, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's easy. I just store it on my computer, but no, it's not that simple. I think we have 8 servers right now globally. All hosting the pool currently, and databases. I mean, we could go on and on, right? That what's needed to really host this, and you can imagine as we scale, there's going to be more required, right? So, that's something we're kind of looking at now. And that's what we're looking at. Other solutions like potentially plasma, and I'm not even going to try to explain what that is, but there are potential, scalability solutions that are out there that, maybe we can, reduce some of those costs, but there is a cost to hosting a mining pool, and that's why there's a need for fees.
I have to thank you guys as well for setting up a pool in Australia itself on the East Coast. So often we get sort of forgot about. So it's nice to have that.
Yeah, look, for us, it's important. I mean, we feel like, for the miner to have really good latency is important. That's how we find blocks. That's how we all find blocks, right? So that connection to the mining pool, to the stratum, and being able to submit those shares in a timely manner is important, right? Because if it's not timely and there's, long latency, then someone else is going to find that block, right? So I mean, it's just, we feel that that's, it's critical to the mining pool, is to just, have that coverage globally and, provide that access to miners out there.
Yep. So we've just got another little comment here from Meta. Tell us more about the project with Anita Beast TC. So obviously we can't delve too much into the things going on behind the scenes at this stage, do we?
No, yeah, not at this point. I think all we can say at this point is that, we are working with the team, more info to come, but, there will be a big splash about it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, watch this space.
Yeah, exactly.
So moving on, what else interesting is happening in the Ergo mining ecosystem? I see a lot of people actually posting on Twitter their mining rigs and sort of announcing that they're actually switching over to Ergo. Have GetBlock themselves seen a little influx in hash rate?
Yeah, we've seen it's been bouncing up and down. We've been kind of, steady at, I think we're probably around 150 gigahash right now, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, it's been interesting. I think a lot of the marketing around this the great hash rate migration that Son of a Tech is hosting is definitely bringing some attention to Ergo. There is a 72-hour test that's coming up. I believe it's at the end of this week, starting on Friday, where they will be doing a 72-hour test specifically on Ergo. So, they're encouraging Ethereum miners to, take a pause, take a little bit of a hiatus for a few days, move over to Ergo, and let's kind of give Ergo a run for its money, right? So, kind of test the system, and really that's what it's about, right? Is there an impact to Ethereum? Is there an impact to Ergo? What is it going to look like as miners start migrating to other coins, right? And it was great that they chose Ergo. I think we're bring it on, right? I think we're all for it. So it's definitely something that's exciting to see, and I'm excited to see what happens on Friday, right? We got a little boost from the last time around, and hopefully miners that choose to participate don't just go to the mining stats page, go to the #1 mining pool, nano pool, pick that pool, and they're on their way, right? So spread the hash. It doesn't necessarily have to be a get block, although we would appreciate your support. But spread the love to the smaller pools. Support decentralization, and let's not see nano pool get close to that 51%. That's a scary thing that nobody wants to see.
Yeah, most definitely. Just have to reiterate that as well. Distribute your hash across the pools if possible. It'd be greatly appreciated, and it's beneficial to everyone. So the last thing we want is some sort of attack vector in regards to someone having the majority of hash rate.
Agreed.
So if we might just jump up into the website itself, we'll just move on over to here. We can have a quick look of what's going on. So at the moment, we've got 178 miners connected to GetBlock.
Oh, just changed.
Just
Yeah, we see that actually. And it depends on the region in the world, and I'm actually doing it myself right now. I mean, I think with the warmer months coming, and there's just different types of miners, you'll see fluctuations, right? There's people that only mine at night, right? They may have a gaming computer that they use all day for work, and then at night they throw their GPU on and they start mining some coins. I'm dealing with some heat challenges right now. My rigs are all open air. I have them in my basement. It's not very well ventilated, so it's heating up my whole house. And it's like I said, it's about 80, 90 degrees, and you can imagine, with 20 GPUs down in your basement, just blowing heat, it can heat things up pretty quickly and make the missus pretty upset. So doing some nighttime mining now myself in the cooler weather, and looking to set up a better system internally where I can get a little bit more ventilation across my rigs.
yeah, the last thing you want to do is have the wife upset. Isn't that right, Jose?
Yeah, he's right next to me looking.
So what's next on the cards for Ergo, for Comet itself? Any more competitions or updated website, etc.?
Yes, we plan to bring some utility to Comet, because right now it's kind of token that exists. We are planning to make a lottery and distribute rewards through NFTs. So have some NFTs that act like owners of the lottery. So a percentage goes to them, and some percentage go to the winner. Do we have something else, Hotelier?
Basically, 90% will go to the winner, and 10% will split to Comet holders, Comet NFT holders, and it will be burned. And maybe a small fee for a DeFi for now. So it can go really big and change one person's life. We don't really know. You will buy that with Comet, of course. It's all about Comet, so to give something to the holders and the pre-sale guys, because we told them not to invest, and some people did.
People will never listen, will they?
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
don't buy.
Yeah.
So we're launching.
They tell you right away.
I think
We are
that was the
launching our
slogan for one of
NFT.
your competitors, wasn't it?
Yeah, we stole that from Ergo Dodge. Open
Once
source.
Yeah. Once again, proof of other people's
Pays.
work.
Yeah.
So
And you guys did
yeah.
you launched a series of NFTs, did you not?
Yeah.
that was the first
Hoteliers.
one. The
Hotelier's face right now is one of those NFTs.
Yeah, they don't have utilities. I don't know if we can add it because we messed up. The artist messed up the bit, made them with Nautilus when it has the privacy mode that it changes the addresses and everything. So we didn't keep track of token IDs and all of that. So adding utilities right now, it will be impossible. So we will do a new one, 3D also. It will be in 3D. People will have the PNG and the 3D models to use, print, whatever. And also they will learn from the lottery. Hopefully we made it, if we make it this month or the next, I don't know. The lottery will come soon.
Soon.
Soon, yeah.
Soon. That's the theme of tonight. Soon.
So is there anything else you want to sort of elaborate on in regards to Comet, guys?
No, we are trying to take what the community tell us. Some guy has, I don't know his name, but it was like 5 seeds together, like he was sleeping. He wanted to make some kind of staking with burn mechanics into it. Like you stake for a week and you can take back 5% extra. If you burn that, you can stake for 2 weeks and then you can take 10% extra and stuff like that. So just if you have an idea, throw it at us and we will contact some other people to do it for us.
Yeah, basically it's a community token. So we will try and do things that the community wants or hire someone to do it for us. But yeah, if you have a nice idea, maybe we can fund it with comments. So if you want to make a game and give away comments, we can provide you comments to give away or anything, literally. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, there's a multitude of things that we can you can play with here. So adding use and utility, and would you guys consider making a game itself? There's a couple of games being built out here on Ergo itself, but is that something you might explore further?
Yeah, I have some game in mind about Egypt schemes. I don't know. We are planning to have fun, create stuff, maybe do some pyramid schemes. I don't know. Just have fun and try to not get kicked out of Ergo.
Yeah. The thing is, it was a meme token, but we really work hard for it. The fun is out for us. It ran out.
Sorry, what was that last part? I just missed it.
Yeah, it was fun in the beginning. Now we are working actually for Comet. We are working.
Now it's a job, it's a chore.
Yeah.
It's a job that you don't get paid. You do it for fun.
Yeah, don't buy.
Yeah, please don't buy. Let us relax a bit.
Yeah.
You can mine it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can
That
mine
you can
it.
do
You
Yeah.
can definitely do that. You should
very soon.
soon stake, soon mine, soon lottery. We will do everything soon.
So just have another little comment here from Meta again, Rob. Beautiful UI. So it's just definitely changed a lot from the last version. We touched on that last week in the stream. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Having those the sort of interactive graphs and things displaying sort of different information. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I think it was definitely needed. I think we may have mentioned on the last stream, we were using a template, prior to this UI, right? And it was just a plug and play. You connect the API and away you go, which served a purpose, right? It did its job, and now I think we've grown up. We've graduated a little bit, and we needed something a little bit more robust. And again, it was driving that social interaction, that engagement with the miners. That's really what we want to try to deliver, and not just be a mining pool that you connect to and you look at it once or twice a day, right? We really want to engage with our miners, bring more value to them, and create something different, right? So I think the UI was just part of it, and in the next few days we'll have a new launch of the UI that will integrate the subpooling portion, and I think it will be really cool. It will be almost, like a marketplace, so to speak, in a way where, a miner can go, they can scroll and search through subpools and, have options to pick from, right? So I think it's going to be something very unique, and I think it's going to, create that flexibility for miners that, is not currently there.
That just led into a question I was just about to ask. In regards to miners swapping subpools, is there any sort of fee involved in that, or is it just pointing your rig to a different sort of stratum?
So what they would have to do in order to connect to a subpool is basically, it's very similar to what they do now to change their minimum payout.
Right.
So there's a setting feature. They'd go in, they'd enter their IP address, whatever IP address the mining rig is used to connect to the pool. And they hit save. They confirm their pool and they hit save. We also have fail safes within the contract. So say a miner jumps on the pool and then, they pool hop, right? So they're on the pool for a little bit. They may have earned half of the minimum payout that was set, and then they leave. Well, there's always a question, what happens to those funds that are just kind of sitting there, right? So we created a fail safe where I think it's after 5 epochs or 5 block finds, that balance that's in the smart contract automatically gets distributed to the miner. So there'll never be lost funds. Just be a period of time before it gets distributed to them. So it's a good thing, right? It's just, I think there's a lot of questions out there with mining pools, and I think that, there's a lot of pools that are doing the right thing by their miners, but, there's that big question mark. What happens when I leave, 0.005 or Ethereum or whatever it is on a mining pool and I never get to extract it out? Well, usually it just sits there, right? So, I mean, it's, with the power of smart contracts, we've been, are able to kind of just force that out, which is a great thing.
Yeah, definitely. And then that leads into the transparency and everything that the smart contract provides, being on chain.
Agreed, 100%. And that, that's really what we want to drive, is that level of transparency, right? To, really see every step of the way, what is the pool doing, right? I think there's, there's always a question mark or, some degree of concern. Well, smart contract stores everything on chain. And, it's funny, if you go back and you look within our smart pool section, and you go back to the very first epoch or the first block that was found on the sub or on the smart pool, we had an error with our fees. I don't think we had any fees set. It was set to 0, mistakenly. And you see it there. You see that we had the wrong fee. You know what I mean? So there's no hiding it. It's not like we can, take extra fees and it just, it wouldn't be visible to the miners. So it really is a great tool, and it's, it brings that level of transparency that people want.
Yeah, for sure. So either of you guys, Coutelier or Jose, are you guys mining at the moment?
Yeah, open the mic.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I don't mind. I wanted to, but electricity and the GPUs in my area are too expensive, so I will pass for now. Hopefully, I will do that later. I'm planning to buy a few GPUs anyway to use for one of my projects. So I will go there. I will mine at some point.
I mined like 2 nights just to see what was it about. I almost fried my notebook and decided to call it a day. Yeah, enough for me. And regarding the UI of GetBlock, I've seen a lot of guys in Telegram asking, "Hey, what pool should I go to? Go to GetBlock." No, I don't want. It's just a WordPress page. Come on, man. That's just how it was presented. But people are really fond of their front end. Like you can have the best backend in the world, but if your page is not flashy, they will just throw it out the window.
Also,
Exactly.
another thing, I think GetBlock has something that allows you to mine from distance or something like that.
The managed hosting?
That's correct. So that's another side of that's really the business side of GetBlock, right? Which is the managed hosting side where, we have, a mining farm and, a user can go onto our UI. They, basically select what option they want to use, and it comes in small, medium, and large. So really the level of investment that they want to make. And they could, literally just try it out, mine for a month, get a return, and they're just using our equipment, so they don't have to worry about frying their notebook or setting their house on fire or anything like that, right? We take all the risk out of it, and we ensure that we're obviously managing our equipment properly and using the proper power sources and things of that nature, where you don't take that risk, and you can mine versus buying coins, right? So it's a different way to look at, acquiring cryptocurrency. So yeah, that is something that we have launched, and it's out there. So, I suggest if you're interested, take a look at our website and you can see all the available options there.
That's nice. Yeah, I think it's better if you are a new user, you can learn from that. If you want to start mining and you're afraid of the electricity bills and overheating your stuff and something like that, you could mine like that. It's a nice option.
Yeah, no, agreed. And I think, the when you look at mining, right, and people usually look at it as, what's my cost per kilowatt hour? Well, I mean, you look across the world, right, and I think the average that people expect, or it's, what's the standard that's set in like what to mine in some of these sites that are out there, it's 10 cents, right? I mean, that's the number that everyone sees. It's 10 cents per kilowatt hour. But you look at what's going on across the world, and it's doubling, even tripling at times in certain areas. So I think it's making it more challenging for miners in general. And we're starting to see a shift where miners are either getting rid of their equipment or looking for someone to host it for them, or just sending it to a friend who has cheaper power, right? So I mean, there's definitely a need out there. We hope to fill that need, right? I mean, it's for us, it's about the miners and what the miners are looking for, and we want miners to have a voice, right? And proof of work, right? They're doing all the hard work, right? They're out there buying the equipment, running their equipment. So I mean, they should be heard. And boiling back to dark cave miners in general, that's why we put this together, right? It's just allowing miners to kind of have their
So
say.
another question. You pay electricity, right? You have any plans of going green, like solar panels and something like that for your pool?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are actually going to be using renewable energy sources. I can't share a bulk of it yet, but we're doing some really cool things where we'll be able to kind of offset kind of your traditional power utilization, and use some clean energy sources, right? Which will kind of help with some of the negative connotations in proof
Yeah.
of work, right? It's just energy consuming and things like that. Well, we're trying to look at it from a cleaner standpoint, reducing the carbon footprint and things of that nature. I mean, you look at the whole financial industry in general and the amount of power that's consumed versus cryptocurrency. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but at the end of the day, there's those negative connotations out there. So I mean, if there's anything that we can do to kind of, we're not going to change the world overnight, but at least start showing a path that there is a cleaner way to mine cryptocurrency, and you can use some of these different sources of energy. Well, why not, right? And then you have a story to tell too. You're not just throwing a bunch of mining rigs in a dark warehouse and using the cheapest energy that you can get, and probably overloading the grid. We're not looking to do that. We're looking to do it the right way, supply the power the right way. And I think Vinny even touched on this on our last stream, even having some of the power companies even invest in what we're doing. So more to come on that. I think it's kind of currently evolving, but clean energy is definitely a direction that we're heading in.
That's nice.
One thing that always comes to mind in regards to the energy consumption argument, it's just the Christmas light sort of comparison. So in regards to mining Bitcoin, and then the amount of energy consumed just from Christmas lights a year, it's like something so simple like that. It's like, are you going to go and ban everyone's Christmas lights, or the ability to run the air conditioners or clothes dryers and things? So obviously this secures a worldwide sort of protocol or protocols.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. I mean, the way I look at it is you should have the freedom and the power to use, no pun intended, but use your power as you'd like, right? I mean, you're paying for it. If you want to go and, drill holes in the ground all day, like, who's stopping you? Like, you know what I mean? It's like you should be able to, have the liberty to do what you want. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not creating bombs. We're running computer equipment. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's just this negative, negative thought process against mining. And it's look, there's data centers running all around the world. What do you think you're connecting to when you're using your cloud services and things of that nature, right? There are these really robust, intense computer systems that are running the world. And it's just, I don't know, I that's the way I look at it. Others may have a difference of opinion, but I don't see it being as negative as many make it out to be.
No, and you do see a lot of renewable energy resources now sort of into the mix. I myself, I've got a 13.2 kilowatt solar panel system on my roof, so a lot of my power is offset throughout the year. So I'll generate a lot more than what I actually use throughout the summer months, and then that offsets all my power usage throughout winter. So I'm about net negative 1,000 kilowatt hours or so a year. So I've got that in the bank to then offset my mining sort of rigs and things, or potentially do so.
No, that's we start to seeing that too in some of the mining channels and things like that. Like, people are starting to look at solar and going in that direction. Even mining farms themselves, right? So I mean, it's definitely nice to see. I think it will change that kind of negative halo that's kind of around proof of work mining, right? So
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, we've been going for a lot over an hour now. Do you want to wrap things up here?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. Do you guys have any last minute thoughts from the Comet team?
Yeah.
Just
Go
watch
on.
this space soon. So yeah,
Yeah,
just to
I
reiterate as
barely
well,
can
we'll
think right
have the
now.
SubPools up again shortly. So watch this space, and you'll be able to see and mine Erg and Comet.
Yeah, we will be mining Comet soon.
Don't buy it,
Mine.
mine it.
Mine.
Yeah, this is better. Don't buy mine. We should put that in the website.
There's a new meme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we need to edit the white paper.
I think we have added that you can mine it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we had it from some time. Like, you should be able to mine it soon. You will be able
months
to mine
now.
it soon. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining for this week's episode of Dark Cave Mining. It's been fun. Yeah, hopefully have a nice day wherever you are around the world, and take care. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. It
Cheers,
was a
guys.
pleasure.
Take care.